this is Dr. Akshita here, and today I'm going to talk about the mysteries of the Mercury, okay, in all the houses in a D9 chart. So open your D9 chart and let's understand the one by one. So here is in a brief introduction part of the Mercury. That's the universe is so vast and ever expanding. So, according to the Vedic astrology, the Mercury deals with the communication, knowledge, reasoning, philosophical minds, and logic. Apart from this, it also governs the mental abilities, learning skills, speech, and writing. Okay, so for the writing skills, Mercury plays a very crucial role. Okay, and Mercury is also the messengers of the god. Okay, messenger of gods. So means you have to remember the Mercury introduction. Am I my? For the Mercury introduction, you should have the mobile. M stands for mobile, I stands for the internet. Okay, so the mobile and internet that will give you the mind and intelligence, which leads to again the Mercury introduction. So if you don't have this, how can you get this? Right? So in the Jainji's era, in the Kali Yuga, with this MI, we need this MI. Okay, so Mercury is the fastest and the first planet from the Sun, and it is also the smallest in the solar system. Okay, if a well positions in the strong Mercury. Okay, so a strong Mercury in your horoscope that can make a person a great public speaker or a great writer. So sometimes if your Mercury is applicated, that can lead to the several the mental and the physical health issues like the skin health issues, okay, the throat ENT issues, okay, and the general fever and all that. Okay, so let's start with the Mercury in the first house. So Mercury, uh, when your Mercury is placed in the first house, like mine chart, here's Mercury, the Buddha Graha, is placed in the first house. Okay, so netto with the presence of the Mercury in the first house, that will gain, the person will gain success in their family business. Okay, whatever business they have, like in my family, we have the real estate business. Okay, and second, the astrology. Apart from this, medical science as well, hospitals and all that. So, a person with this placement will be very wise and happy go lucky kind of person who loves spending their life in happiness and laughter. They are very good writers based with the good communication skills, speaking skills. Their career will flourish if they choose to become teachers, college lecturers, or professors and the principals of college. They make money from the writing books, blogs, and the articles, research articles, and they are very genius in subjects like the economics, mathematics, and the business studies. They attract a spouse with a very, the charming appearance and good nature. Okay, if you also have a Mercury in the first house, then you can start your business in the real estate, in astrology, in a the education department, like in a medical health, or we also have a temple. So we also have interest in the philosophical subjects. Okay, so religious philosophy like the Orthodox theology. Okay, so you can see if you have a Mercury in their first house. Now let's understand the Mercury in the second house. So they love the composing the poems and they have the excellent public speaking skills. They are very good orators. They earn money from the running the coaching institutions, websites, making websites, and the giving the tuitions at home. These natives accumulate a lot of wealth before they reach the age of the 36. Okay, so sometimes we often see the, in our society, a very young rich people, in a 20s, in their 20s or 30s. So they are like the Gen Z's person who are born between the 1997 or 2012. Now they get a lot of support from their friends and acquaintances. Their reciprocation style and eloquent speech makes everyone's very favorite. Now the native careers as an accountant, the traveler, the stock market investors, and they would earn a lot of money from such type of the professions. They're very great in the they're very gentle in their nature and have a very calm and cool personality. So if you have a uh, the Mercury in your second house, okay, here in this house, then all these points are applicable on. Now here's Mercury in the third house. The Mercury, when the Mercury is in third house, that will deeply affect your day-to-day expression, and they have a big library at home, the bookworms, we can say. Okay, and they are very talkative extrovert person. They love to talk people. Their bond with the siblings is very very strong. For anyone to break is impossible. They are having excellent skills in the multitasking. They do not take their love relationship very very seriously, and they find it very difficult to stay, the loyal towards a single partner for a longer period of time. So they are because of their flirtatious nature, and that makes them fail to keep their commitment towards their partner. Okay, so be careful if you have a Mercury in your third house. These natives marry someone who is associated with the public speaking, a great speaker or a journalism or influential in the world of writing, like writing novels or, the writing, uh, making the movies with the novels, writing the novels, and they will gain success in their career as an engineer, digital marketing experts, and the tax officer, income tax officer, the Indian the foreign officer, the passport officer, and the sales personnel in the marketing. Here Mercury in the fourth house. So when you have the Mercury in the fourth house, that these native enjoy the domestic happiness, joy, warmth, and the wealth because of their mother. The cognitive ability is very very high, that is compared to the others. Intellect is very sharp. Okay, they inherit the great wealth from their parents, and they build a business by in their health sector, banking, engineering, or management, or any other social enterprises. Sometimes the career in the academics only. Few people I see. So they like to control everything in the house, from the finances and even making the life decisions. A native spouse will love animals, pets, especially dogs, and they marry with someone outside their religion and caste. Sometimes they do interreligion marriage or intercaste marriage. Okay, either interreligion or intercaste, and sometimes unplanned expenditures and sudden renovations in home that will make you lose your money. Okay, so there will be chances to lose your money if you don't have any budgetary plans and all that. And so in general the Mercury attracts and such kind of the professions that require the logical reasoning. Okay, so logical reasoning plus the coordinations. Okay, coordinations and plus your sharp intellectual skills. So these three things are very very necessary for the Mercury profession. First is a logical reasoning, second is a coordination, and third is a sharp intellect skills. Now let me tell you one thing, that Mercury takes 25 days for every single zodiac sign. You know, the orbit time for the Mercury, OT time, not operation theater time. Okay, not 25 days. In OT, we generally spend 25 or 30 minutes, hardly. Yeah, doctors spend 25 to 1 hour. Sometimes it's depend on this surgery. So here, this means not operation theater, not operation time. It's a orbit time. So Mercury takes the 25 days for every each single zodiac. Okay, so orbit time for the Mercury for every single zodiac is at 25 days, right? So you tell me in the comment section. So how long will it take for the complete all the 12 zodiac signs? Tell me in the comment box. 25 into how? 12 zodiac signs. Okay, that comes 300. Okay, so how many months will be there? Approximately 10 months for the 12 zodiac signs. Okay, so this is a Mercury time, orbit time. Okay, now next here is a Mercury in the fifth house. When you have Mercury in your fifth house, that is your family, your romance, your love. So they love to collect and collect information as a brainstorming process. Okay, they love for the speculative business, investing, accounting, and finance makes a very wealthy person. Their out of the box ideas and a sense of humor will bestow you with appreciation and success on a professional front of. You're a person who prefers brain over the beauty. And they spend most of their money on their vacations and the travel purpose. Sometimes their partner would have to marry them just for the money and their skills, not for love, for the money. Not to get married very soon with the person of their choice. They are very manipulative and they're dominating in nature, so they choose their partner according to their likes and they prefer quality over the quantity. Careers, like they can map. So next, Mercury in the sixth house. Mercury in the sixth house that makes a person a secret keeper and provides with a competitive spirit. So the person has a very competitive spirit towards their colleagues, their the friends, and this Mercury will cause the allergies from the changes in the places, season, and the food. Like you are living in India and suddenly you are shifting to the or migrating to the USA or the Canada. So there will be health issues. You're attracted to technologies and you will love to spend more time with the gadgets for the improving your professional front, and your career will greatly flourish in the IT sector, in the digital marketing. You will likewise acquire name and distinctions in the music and the business as a writer or an artist. You will be an actor, the actresses. So you are someone who always like to lift up everyone from their miserable life and offer the helping hand. Everyone adores you and appreciates you for your all the positive qualities of yours because of you spread the positive vibes. That's why everyone appreciates you. Now, the Mercury in the seventh house. Mercury in the seventh house will make a person interior designer and architecture that are the career options where you will greatly succeed if you are choosing this path. Now, a person with a strong personality who maintains the principles and ethics in your life, your thinking process is very logical, ideological, and analytical. You have interest in the sports like in the running, the athletics or the basketballs and many other, the games. Life partner will be full of care, support, and deep attachment towards you. The natives are very, very intelligent, flirtatious, and the bright and the brilliant in nature. They are very much attached to their lover, and many times. So they are very much attached to their lover, and many times they feel lonely. They find it very difficult to live alone and isolated since they are having an extroverted personality. So they find it very difficult to make a decision or reach a conclusion in any situation, and they are very confused in nature. And the challenges for the Mercury in the seventh house is the over dependence on the intellectual compatibility in the relationship. Okay, now the Mercury in the eighth house, it makes the natives intelligent, good at the palmistry, astrology, and the mysticism. They have an interest in occult science. They have a very investigative mind. Okay, so the Mercury in the eighth house that helps the people to win the big amount of wealth through the betting, lottery, and the gambling. If they do the illegal things, they will get the success. If you have a Mercury in eighth house, now you love your own company, you enjoy reading books and watching series, you and your spouse will share your secrets with each other without revealing them to anyone else, okay? Without involving the third party. Now, if we talk about the careers in the railways or in defense services like the Air Force, Navy, Indian Army, okay, under the government sector, they will also gain the profit by doing the businesses with the jewelry business or the hardware devices like the computer devices, okay? And your spouse will be very virtuous in nature. Wait a second, please, sorry. Okay, so your spouse will be very virtuous in nature. These natives attract a lot of good fortune from their marriage, and they have a challenges like they think, over they overthink and over analytical thoughts on the emotional matter. So they should avoid the over analytical thinking. Now, Mercury in the ninth house. So you have to remember ninth house is a house of the fortune. Okay, so they people are very philosophical in their nature. Okay, and they have a very interest in the teaching, writing in on the spiritual topics and the philosophical topics. So Mercury in the ninth house that inspires the native to be interested in the higher studies. Okay, I already told you that linguistics and the religious philosophy, spirituality, they are so much spiritual. And this placement will provide you with an opportunity to study the Indian scriptures, astrology from your grandparents or from your the guru's lineage. Okay, now they cannot see the big picture and they can get stuck on the simple things that doesn't matter in our life. And now the relationship with their siblings that may be strained after they are married. Okay, so after getting married, there may be issues with the siblings. They experience the pain in body or disorders like the neurological or the psychological issues like the insomnia, and due to this placement of the mercury, and that are required to keep it, a check on your health well-being or the emotional well-being of yourself. And you'll be invited to be a part of any religious or the spiritual activities as a celebrity in the future. Okay, so have such a command on such subjects, the religious philosophy or like the scriptures, the Indian scriptures or any other scriptures in which you have interest. Okay, now Mercury in the 10th house. The Mercury in 10th house native with this Mercury that always look young and very, very beautiful. They will have a beautiful mother as well, and your spouse will be a quick decision maker and will be able to manage all your finances well. You will be very powerful spiritual leader or leaders of the many religious groups and author of the great literary works or the generalist. You can work as a the media person, and they will fit in the roles of an engineer, artist, diplomat, and the entrepreneur also. The native may use skills in a wrong way, such as writing the wrong articles. Okay, sometimes you see in the newspaper that many writers wrote the criticism or the malinformation, yellow journalism which we say, and forgery, the faking paperwork or lying and publishing controversial articles and the books to create the waves in the society, to spread the wrong propaganda about someone and to create the misunderstanding. They are very much possessive about their spouse and the relationship, and although they have the intellectual capabilities, and they manage their public image very effectively. If they're Mercury in the 10th house, Mercury helps them attract an educated husband or a wife with a great family background, and their spouse will reach the pinnacle in their work. Okay, at the apex, pinnacle, that means apex, higher. Okay, now let's move ahead. Mercury in the 11th house. So, Mercury in the 11th house, their elder siblings or the younger siblings and friends of the native will support their work in their businesses. If they do any kind of business, there will be support from their cousins and the siblings, and you will be bestowed with the cognitive ability. Like, for example, that you are active on social media, you know the IT skills. And in marriage, these native can become poor by loving and doing something very special for their spouse. So be careful when you are doing anything for your spouse. And they are likely to become very wealthy by making their own businesses or on their websites, the blogs, and any other social media profiles. Okay, so they can attract money through the communication and the writing. Okay, the communications and the writing, and to become very successful in the public speaking, as I already said that the communication is the main tool. And a good orators, they can easily adjust with any people. They are very flexible in nature. Natives with the mercury in this house, very manipulative to get what they want in their life. Now here it is a Mercury in the 12th house. Okay, so the Mercury in the 12th house that makes natives good at the learning new languages. Okay, like a French and the Spanish, German, Hindi, Sanskrit, many other languages. They will go abroad for their higher educations and research, and they will love games. They require the skill and a talent. Their spiritual understanding develop with their age. They have a little or no interest in their family life, so they are very little interest in the marriage institution. They don't believe in the marriage concept. Natives like to be brave, virtuous, and are a very great host to their friends and to their colleagues, and you will get a lot of connections in the foreign land related to your business. There is a chance of second marriage. They might be get separated or the divorce from their partner due to the cheating or the breaking their trust. That's why they prefer to stay single and they don't believe in the marriage. And they have also interest in a spiritual subjects. Okay, and a few more points about the mercury in the 10th house. A native who has a mercury in the 12th house, they become very good sports people in athletes because of their strong bodies and physical appearance. They are very you know the we can say the health enthusiast person. They can also try their luck in the navy or any kind of the martial arts. They will become very wealthy by starting any kind of business that related to the exports, imports, and trading in the stock market, in the mutual funds, in the share market, right? Now they can be working as an IT professional where they will also get the promotions and other perspective very well. They are highly skilled to become a radio jockeys, okay? You know, FM, radio mirchi. Anyway, okay, so here it is remedies for general remedies for the alternatives. So generally in the all houses for the weak Mercury, wearing an emerald gemstone, chanting the Om Buddhaya Namaha or Om Shri Ganeshaya mantra, and fasting on the Wednesday and donating the green items that can be helpful for a weak Mercury. Green items, green veggies, green pulses, green clothes, okay, and even you can donate the emerald, anything which is a favorite of the buddha. You can search on the on google or like wikipedia, where you will find, or I'll tell you after seeing your horoscope. And the some physical symptoms that caused by a malefic mercury are: you may suffer from the fever throughout your life. You may suffer from the skin problems, and you may always have a problematic throat, your ENT problems. Thank you. So, thank you for watching my video, and please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And please remember, if your mercury is weak, then it can affect on your the speech and the learning abilities or the cognitive skills. So if your mercury is weak, then you won't be able to speak very good, or your writing skills will be destroyed, or many other things. So mercury influence that can enhance the various aspects of the life, that is the creativity, your speech, your communication skills, your learning abilities, and how you interact with the world. Okay, so the mercury is all about the planet of the communication plus the intellect and the reasoning. Okay, CIR. or you can say ICR. That is it, intellectual, the communication or the reasoning. So Mercury is associated with the control, I plus R. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you want to consult with me, you can send your message to my email ID drakshita sharma 108 @gmail.com. Thank you.